So to the 3 people that clicked on this video, hey, thanks for clicking on it. Want to go over a couple of the new things, the new improvements on the 2019 CBR500R, primarily because I don't think there's enough press behind it. And a lot of the reviews I'm seeing are either from the press debut or not in English. Again, that's a huge issue, but seeing that I was a first-time rider in North America, trying to find an English review that kind of covers the basics for a rookie like myself was a little bit difficult. So I guess you could call this a rookie review. So basically new improvements for 19 that I'll kind of run through quickly because everyone else has covered it. 4% increase in torque and power on the lower half of the power band. Pretty sure that was due to timing. You have new colorways for this year, different fairings, a little bit different LED lighting across the board. You got a 4.7, I believe, gallon tank, which at right now I'm averaging 69 miles to the gallon, so that is a gigantic range on that guy. It's a very pretty looking bike. A couple of the big things here, you got your new LED display, which actually I found very easy to read. Have not had it in direct sunlight yet. I feel like that's my biggest qualm with this one so far, but I will let you know how it is. And realistically, again, I gave an equal opportunity for every possible bike. I did not know what I liked. I didn't know if I liked naked, cruisers, sport bikes, dual sports, but whatever. So I kind of put my ass on everything, and this was the most comfortable one that I sat on. Keep in mind, I sat on the 18, not the 19, so one big difference that I was personally concerned about, they dropped the clip-ons below the yoke here. Also, full disclosure, I'm a die-hard car guy. I can tell you anything you need to know about a car. I know a little bit about bikes. I like riding them. I know mechanically how they work. But I like the driver input aspect of it, so that's kind of why I got into a bike. Tailor that in with the fact that I got 2 good friends of mine, Charlie and David Howard, that kind of started the addiction, the interest with bikes in the first place, and coupled with the fact that I got Chris Noddy and Alex Kish over at Cross Country Motorsports and Cross Country BMW that were able to kind of source me out one of the first 300 CBR500Rs for model year 19. This one is an ABS model, as evident by the extra little disc down there. And again, I've got probably about 2 or 3 days of riding, a little over 100 miles I think at this point, and realistically, it's everything I really expected it to be. I don't need a world beater. I don't need the fastest bike on the planet. That's kind of what my cars are for. If I really wanted to go fast, I really just enjoy the feeling of being behind a bike, and that's realistically what this bike has given to me. It's comfortable for me. It fits my proportions. I guess I'm on a little bit of the larger side. I'm about 5'10", 215. So having that, the class leader is, well, as per all the reviewers, might as well show you the storage space in here. Not a lot of space, but you can fit your document holders, a couple of small things, but not a ton. The class leader is very obviously I shouldn't say very obviously, because I'm going off of professionals' recommendations here, is the Ninja 400, which initially what I was looking at before I got this bike. The big thing with that is, again, I put my ass on it, and I just was not comfortable. Again, I'm not a giant by any means, but my foot kept hitting like kind of this part of the exhaust shield up here. I just felt a little bit cramped. I just felt like I was just a tad bit too small for the bike. So a lot of the older reviews, again, have the previous year, so there'd be an 18 CBR500R going up against I think it's the KTM 390, and then obviously the Ninja 400. If the Ninja 400 is a little bit quicker in the straights, then so be it. Again, this is meant to be a world beater. I don't really need a 600. I don't really need 1,000. Again, if I want to go quick, that's what I have my cars for. For this, it's just pure riding enjoyment. I think it's a pretty darn good looking bike, if I do say so myself. Obviously it looks just subjective, but really like the way it looks. And from someone who just put their ass on it at a dealership and actually sat down and rode it and had a pretty tumultuous ride home, bumper traffic during rush hour, not really my preferred method, but considering all of that, now that I've had some adequate seat time in it to sit down and relax, I've really come to enjoy this bike. It is comfortable. It's basically everything that I read and I wanted. One other big thing that I should probably mention, again, people who have ridden much longer than I've even been alive had commented on this. There's a slipper clutch for 2019, which, if you take a look here, I'm going to just use my pinky and my thumb here. It is a very, very easy motion to make, and it's buttery smooth. Really nice friction zone. I think that's the correct terminology. Again, I'm an absolute really rookie with this, so I guess you can consider this a rookie review. I don't have every terminology down pat, but I'm learning throughout the process. So, you know, this is for someone else who might be a rookie like myself, who maybe didn't feel comfortable on a Ninja 400 or, you know, a KTM 390 or something in that lower sport bike class and kind of feel. I wanted something with fairings that I could do the highway, and this kind of fit the bill. Again, and there's not a ton of coverage on this for North America or in English, so if you'd like, feel free to look into what I have. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Another buddy of mine, Scares, makes a lot of good Honda CBR500R content. I'll link his stuff below. And if for some reason there's more questions that you guys have, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to go over some things with you. All right, see you.